Hey, what's up, Buck fans? Welcome to the Bucs Report, the aftermath on 102.9 Game Broad Street South Radio. Usually Mondays are typically a drag, but today was a very blessed Monday. We're gonna dive right into it. After this, you already know the biggest news of today is the Buccaneers got back the best offensive weapon of the franchise, and that is the great Michael Lynn Evans. So stay tuned and get ready for a full pack show of what's to come after this great piece. Sign up, y'all.
The show goes on.
That's right. The show goes on. And we want to appreciate you again, Mike Evans. Thank you so much for what you have already done and what you've contributed to the Tampa Bay organization, to your teammates, to everyone out there. You got us a Super Bowl. You stuck it out through the dark times. You know, your first 6 seasons, you were through the dark ages. No playoffs. A lot of 1 year of hope, and that was the 2016 season when we went 9-7, and you still never complained. You are a humble player. You lead by actions, by your leadership. You're not a diva. You're not an IG honey. You're not on boats during playoffs. You're not popping out of jacuzzis with a bunch of dudes, if that's your thing, whatever. But you just simply wanted to play football. So thank you again. Hell of a deal. And again, we got to give a shout out to you, man. Mike Evans, look at that. Look at that look right there. That look says it all, Buck fans, that he's ready. I'm here to tell you guys, this man, look, thank you for the Bucs organization, for Glazers. Thank you for actually just listening and reaching out to the fans and letting us know you got us covered. And I got to give a shout out to my main man, Jason Light, because you my guy. That's what he told me. That's what Jason Light basically said in a nutshell to everybody. He was like, I got you covered, homie. Look, I got you covered. That face right there, anytime I see that face that Jason Light makes like that, that's when I know shit is real. That's when I know the Buccaneers are in business. The Buccaneers, literally, we signed the most important piece, was getting Mike Evans back. That was the number one priority. I know other people might think different, but this is why. It's not just because of his position, but his leadership and what he brings to this team. With Mike Evans coming back to the Buccaneers, do not be surprised within the next few days that you see Baker Mayfield sign back with the Bucs. And apparently there's a rumor going out there that Antoine Winfield is working on a 3-year deal, $60 million. I don't know how true that is. But either way, Mike Evans was the big piece, because now there's no reason for Baker to want to go anywhere else. No matter what other teams are saying, Baker is still young enough to where he can win and make more money if he continues to perform and excel, which we think he can, because the presence of Mike Evans alone is going to do that. And also, it's going to uplift the team. It's going to let us know, it's letting Buck fans understand. And I got a hot take, and don't worry, one of our very own Bucs Live, Rick Hughes, will either disagree or bring it back to reality, but this is a hot take. Mike Evans did not sign back just because he wanted to be in Tampa. Of course he does. He loves this. This is where he started. And of course, Jason Light damn sure didn't want to lose that out, because that was his first pick, and that's a hell of a pick. But I'm here to tell you this, Buck fans, it's good to be excited. It's a great time to be excited, because this is why. Mike Evans wants to be back, not only just to finish out in Tampa, but he believes in this team. This team, depending on this draft, I say it here, your Buccaneers can be contenders. Now, I know people might say, really? Yes. The Buccaneers, with the right picks, depending on how everything else goes in free agency, the sky's the limit for your Buccaneers. I'm here to tell you, I already told people this. If we can get Whitehead back for cheap, if we can get a Chase Young for cheap, if we can go out in the draft and get a solid average center, another edge rusher, and a running back, and with Liam Cohen at the helm, if he does things right, calling the plays, your Bucs can be contenders. Don't worry about the naysayers and the NFC. Detroit, you got to prove it to me that you're going to get there. How many times we have seen teams that look like they were promising teams, and then they fall off. So this was the right direction that we needed with Mike Evans. Again, his presence alone and the leadership that he brings to this organization is going to really inspire players. Levante Davids might want to come back and give it one more shot. This is good news, Buck fans. We must rejoice in this. And guys, again, I have to say it because look, this is how we're feeling right now. This is how you really want to feel when I saw this. This was my reaction.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was awesome. It was awesome. And guys, look, 2-year deal for 52 and 35 million guaranteed. That's damn good money, and he's worth every penny. Now, I know people will say, well, he's 30. Yeah, that's right. He's only 30. He'll be 31. He's not 30, 33, 34, and they're doing this. He is still within his prime years. Is he on the end of it? Probably so. But those are 2 good years. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to give it all he has. And that's why I say it. Evans wants to hoist one more Lombardi trophy. And damn it, if Baker comes back, I believe the Bucs have a shot. Are they going to be number one? Absolutely not. You still have San Fran, but we don't know what they're going to do. Detroit is still 50-50 because I don't believe in them yet. Dallas, you already know what Dallas is going to be. But this guy right here, this man, this guy, this player, the one and only Mike Evans. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this jersey right because I don't want to be disrespectful to the great Evans. But this guy right here, number 13, this guy's going to take us there. And this was a very important signing piece. This was the biggest piece of the puzzle. This was the hardest part of the puzzle. Now your Buccaneers, we solved that problem. And this is just going to get easier. I know people will say, no, it will get easier. But with that being said, I'm going to be done with my rant. But again, if you want to see my reaction, you need to go check out my page on YouTube. It's about Buck and Time. And I had this earlier. So check that out about Mike Evans remaining a Buck. So please go and take a look at that. And as always, check out Coach Slick as well. Now, let's bring on our special guest, guys. Bucs Live. You can check him out on Tuesday nights at 9 because I assure you, him and Dave always bring you the real talk. Look, I'm talking as an excitement, but I can be realistic. But Rick, this is our guy here. He likes to just tell you what it is and what the hopes are, but he's going to give you a reality check. Rick, there it is.
Kidding. Totally kidding.
No, we know that's how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that.
Look, no, I am happy. I am very happy. I will agree with most of what you just said. I will say this. I don't think this is the most important piece, but I absolutely agree this was the most difficult piece. 100%. They got this done. First of all, Baker's coming back. I don't care what happens. I don't care what they have to sign everybody else for. Doesn't matter. All of that doesn't. Baker's coming back. Don't think about anything else. Don't pay any attention to the rumors. Don't pay any attention to all the, you're hearing all this stuff about, oh, Baker's not going to sign for a hometown discount. You're hearing all this. You heard this crap about Evans, didn't you? You heard all this crap about Evans going to test the free agent market. Evans going to this, Evans going to that. Which is what agents do. This other teams are saying, oh, yeah, we're interested in Baker to try to drive up his price and make it more difficult for the Buccaneers. Yep. Everybody chill out. Good news today. Very good news today. Mike Evans signed. And I will tell you, you brought up the rumor. It's a little more than a rumor. Let me give credit to Greg Allman. Greg Allman is the man. Greg Allman, Rick Stroud. If they say it, it is. He said, and I quote, what I'm getting is that Winfield, not Mayfield, is the immediate priority for the Bucs between now and tomorrow's 4 p.m. deadline to use the franchise tag. They'd like to work out a long-term deal. resetting the market for safeties, but will tag him if they can't. Look, they have zero fear about Baker going somewhere else. Okay. Baker's going nowhere. It's not a thought. It's not a doubt. So they're going to try to get Winfield done first. That they're going to go, this is just, the dominoes are falling. It's just what the order is. Yeah, who cares? The most difficult one's done, guys. The most difficult one's done. The rest of it's going to happen. Now I'm not worried at all.
No,
I mean,
agree.
at all. I mean,
Yeah.
Levante may say, I don't feel like coming back. He's already said Bucs are nowhere. This is done. This is a done deal. I mean, they are saying right now, if we can't sign Winfield, we're just going to tag him.
Amen.
Levante is going to do whatever Levante wants to do. It's not going to be the money issue. And Baker's here. Baker's going nowhere. I mean, and you've got another guest coming on here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. We're about to bring him on because I want him to hear this greatness too. We got one of our own, Carter Brantley, out here. And guys, show your love for our guest as well. Carter Brantley. See, we got a full house here right now. We're doing the damn thing. Slick will join us later on if he can, but he is always with us in spirit. And besides, Wednesday night we'll be there. And again, please check Rick Hughes out on Bucs Live with Dave at 9 p.m. And then we got Carter Brantley. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. How about y'all?
Look, this is one of the best Mondays I've had in a while. So far this year, this is the best Monday. You know how Mondays are when you go to work, you're dragging out and you're dragging ass and you're just like, let's just get this moody Monday over. I see that message in the morning. Mike Evans is here to stay. He's a Buck. First of all, Carter, Rick said it best. We all are happy, and I said it was the most difficult piece. But I want to know, what was your reaction when you saw that Mike Evans was going to stay a Buck?
I'm a bit surprised. Not that he was going to stay a Buck, but that it happened this quickly.
Yeah.
I did think he was going to take a little bit of time, maybe try to I don't want to say extort, that's dramatic, but try to milk as much money as he could out of wherever he signs. But really glad it was with the Bucs, obviously. He's hopefully career Buck, and no one deserves it more than him. And I really liked that it was a 2-year deal. I thought that giving him a 4-year deal might have been a little bit much, but 2 years seemed like a perfect amount for both sides, because it allowed the Bucs to give him a little bit more guaranteed money, and it allowed Evans to stay in Tampa, which I think is ultimately what he wanted to do.
Amen. And needless to say, I said this earlier though, Carter, we're doing it right. 2 years is good. He has his 2 best prime years ahead of him. Now, I said it again. He's at the end of his prime, but he is still that guy. So now here's what I'm saying. I said this. I said that this was an important piece because now Rick has already said it. Baker is coming back, and I agree 100%. Where are you going to go after this? If you are the Bucs right now, what would your message be to Baker Mayfield?
Just the boys are back in town. I don't know the best way to put it. Yeah, just getting the gang back together. It's just another year, maybe another 2 years. It's all good news, all good vibes. I don't think there was I can't imagine there was ever a lapse in communication between the two sides.
Right.
I'm sure that they're both talking to each other constantly. I'm sure Baker was the first to know about this Mike Evans deal. Because it's a big deal, getting your number one guy back. So I'm sure that this, not that it was ever in doubt, like Rick was saying, Baker's here to stay, but I think this is kind of the nail in the proverbial coffin for Baker Mayfield staying in Tampa. Although that's kind of a dark euphemism to say, but when you're describing Baker Mayfield coming back to the Bucs, that's a good thing. I don't mean it to sound like death or anything, but
no, I think you're on it. This, if anything, this will not put pressure, but this will make Baker want to come back. Rick, I want to know if you are the owners, what would your approach be now to Baker? Like, how would you want to get this deal done? Because again, you are the reasonable person here. You're going to be like, hey guys, this is what it is. But I don't want to put words in.
I think it's this. I think Baker and the Bucs are like this. I think I think Baker's probably saying, look, let's I'll do what we got to do. Just go get these guys. And I mean, I really get the feeling it's kind of there. I mean, Baker's not going anywhere. He's not. It's not a question. It's not a thought. I think he's saying, don't worry about me. Just go and get the other stuff done. And I genuinely believe that's where he's at. And I think the other teams are the ones leaking the information that
Right.
he's not going to take a home down discount. I think the other teams are the ones saying, yeah, I hear Atlanta's interested. I think the other teams are the ones saying all that. And I guarantee you Baker's probably on the phone with Jason Light going, yeah, don't worry.
Right. Look, Carter, this is basically Jason Light right now to the fans and to Baker when they're asking him certain questions. This is the expression he's going to make. I got you covered. Look, I can guarantee you Jason Light would say some shit like this, and this is in a good way. I got y'all covered. I got you. Rick, you're right. And if anything, Baker is probably just as excited as we are. As like I said earlier, this was exactly. That's exactly what it is. Mike Evans was the most challenging, but I agree, Rick. Other people are going to say things, but Baker's a smart man. I wouldn't go to Atlanta, not with an unknown coach. A team that is still being
developed. It's not an unknown coach to him. He knew him. He already knew him as I believe he coached offense with the Rams, not defense.
You mean Raheem? Yeah, but I
so
think
it's just not some,
Yeah, but this team is more prepared, like you just said. Guys, these are good times. And I have to say this and reiterate this again because Rick has said something that us Buck fans, you cannot take for granted. And Carter, you can agree with this as well. These are good time, Buck fans. Enjoy it. Yeah. Don't always expect us to be a 15 to 14 win team. That's very hard. And those are once in a lifetime generations. Think about this. A lot of the young Buck fans, Rick has been around since the beginning of the Tampa Bay organization. And that's not a bad thing.
What is that?
Exactly. So he done seen some shit. He done seen a lot of things that we are if you guys think that like the dog years, of course, for us that was bad. Think about it before the Weiss family came in and all those guys. We were awful. This is good. Your Buccaneers have a chance to repeat fifth year in the playoffs with this team that we have. I don't care if next year we only win 10 games or we have the exact same record. But if I know we're going into a better direction, I am just grateful. Guys, we have been in the dumpster before. Right now, these are great times. You have a coach that knows what he's doing. Look at his last year's draft. Guys, think about it. Look at the draft in 2020. Look at all of these things. We are moving in the right direction. Now, about this Antoine Winfield situation, Carter, can you imagine him if he gets that $60 million deal? And Rick, who was it again? You said Greg Allman reported this, right?
Yes.
If that happens, do you think, Carter, and I want to start with you first, and then Rick, you answer as well. But Carter, do you think by him getting that money, $20 million a year, will he change the game for safeties in the future when it comes to getting the bag?
It's a tough question. The salary cap keeps rising, so I want to say yes. Just because, all, ships rise. I don't even know what the saying is, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
yes,
rising tide,
all the money's going up, so
Gotcha.
The safety money's going to go up too. Yeah, it's only natural. Every position is going to continue to set records for most money. And Antoine Winfield Jr. is it's the right guy at the right time. He's one of the best safeties in the NFL, and he's entering the market at just the right time. After his best season of his career.
Good time that ain't better.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Devin, did you see?
Right. Yeah, it's a tale of two players for sure. One both entering their free agency years, but one taking full advantage and one kind of falling flat on his face, unfortunately for him. So yeah, I'm sure it'll set the market. Whatever he gets, I'm sure it'll be the high at the safety position. I don't know that that's necessarily specific to Antoine Winfield Jr. He's not like an exception. I just think that it's just the nature of the NFL. It's the nature of the world. Money's going to keep rising up. So, yeah, but I'm super excited for him though. No one deserves it more than him. He's the perfect guy for it. So really excited to see him reset the safety market.
Yeah. And I'm going to point out something that I'm not sure. there's a very big part of this Mike Evans thing that we don't know yet. And, we're all excited about all of this. I think we're going to be even more shocked when we see how this is structured, how this comes out in signing bonus versus incentives, dead cap years, etc. Because Mike's always been the guy that, he'll restructure, he'll help the team when it comes to this and that. There's a lot of that. If this is structured in certain ways, and same thing with Winfield, and same thing with Baker, the team can still have. This is what this is what's frustrating me about a lot of the reporting is everybody's saying this is how much cap room they have. Even some people will say if Russell Gage is gone, or if this guy's gone, or if that guy's gone, but they're also not saying. They'll say, oh, but if Evans wants $25-30 million a year, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's counting 25 or 30 against the cap. And that's what people aren't realizing. And this is what drives me nuts when people are reporting this, because the numbers that they're reporting are look, it's melodramatic time of the year where everybody's trying to get eyeballs and everybody's trying to make it, oh no, Mike Evans might leave. Oh no, where's Baker going? Oh no. And I get that. But this may count 5 to 7, 8, 9 million against the cap. Evans' contract might. Not 25, 30. Okay, he may get 25 or 30 now.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they're going to structure it, and that's what they're going to sign these guys, and it's what sort of cap gymnastics are they doing, and hopefully they can bring back, and this is big, Mike Edwards, Jordan Whitehead, bring in, another edge rusher, bring in, some other players. How this is structured. Now follow me on this, guys, because this is critical. This is the one thing I want to just get out there is how these contracts are structured is the difference between being a Super Bowl contender or a really good team.
Agreed.
It's right. I mean, we are right there. We're either going to be really good, fighting for the division. Everybody who says, oh, but look at our schedule. Look at the Falcons. They have the second place schedule. It's not like they're going to be cruising through this thing. Okay. They have almost the same schedule we do.
Right. And I like that. And I do like what somebody just said here, Dritz94. This is cool. And then I want to ask you something, Carter, because I know I want to make sure you got your time is of the essence. But he's right here. Like I said, when they bring everyone back. Yeah. It with light. This is literally, again, light. This is his swagger. I got you covered, homie. Look, he knows how to, like you said, be a magician with the cap, and I do like what you said, Rick, because this is going to go to my question with Carter. Now, with this being said, because Rick's just stated that this is what separates good teams to Super Bowl contenders. Now, with Mike Evans coming back, do you feel, if you're a Buck fan, and we can't read Evans' mind, so this is speculation and wishful thinking. Do you think in your mind that Evans has a strong feeling that, hey, first, not only do I want to finish my career here, but I think I can bring another Lombardi trophy back to the beautiful place of Tampa, Hillsborough County, 813 Sticks of Fire. Do you think that that's what's going through Evans' mind, body, and soul?
I have no doubt that's what's going through his mind, body, and soul, like you said. I like that phrasing. If you don't have that thought in your head, then you shouldn't be competing. Like, you shouldn't be out there, plain and simple. I don't know how realistic it is. It's tough in this Mahomes era, of course, but it's certainly a possibility, and I'm really excited. He wouldn't come back if he didn't think that he had a chance to win some games, even if it's not necessarily a Lombardi trophy, even if it's just, continue to make the playoffs, be a competitive team. I think it means something to win here, even if it's not necessarily the big game, the big one. I think it means something for him to be able to say that he contributed to Tampa Bay Buccaneers success, because that's where he spent his whole career. He's been a great wide receiver here. So I don't know if I know that in his mind he's like, yeah, it's Super Bowl or bust every year, just because that's the nature of the business. That's how you got to think. But I do think that, realistically speaking, I do think that he's really happy to be here and really happy to be a part of another competitive roster.
Amen. Now, I'm glad you put that in there. What would it take for this draft in your opinion? Because like I said, I know you got this, you're a busy man. What do you think? Give me 2 more picks in free agency, and then your draft pick where you would say, oh, okay, this is the year where if the Bucs, if they don't win a Super Bowl, they would at least get to a NFC division title or possible Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with free agency. They could take some flyers on some kind of high ceiling, low floor edge rushers. Josh Uche from the New England Patriots. I know Josh Allen's like the number 1 edge. He's not leaving Jacksonville. They love him there, and rightfully so. And he's also going to cost a pretty penny. Daniil Hunter's going to get the bag. I don't think the Bucs are going to shell out a bunch of money for him either. But just taking a kind of a flyer on a guy like Uche, or maybe Marcus Davenport out of Minnesota. He was a former first-round pick, super talented from the Saints. And then another free agency position that I'd love to see them invest in is maybe the running back position. Just like someone like Damian Harris from Buffalo. I know he was in New England for the start of his career, a power back just to complement Rachaad White so that you're not having to run out Sean Tucker and Chase Edmonds. God bless them. They did their best, but man, it was tough to watch. So I'm happy to see them kind of maybe expand. And I hate to go back to that same well, but edge rusher, pass rush. My goodness, it was atrocious last year. So they got to draft somebody and sign somebody. Like, they got to shore up that position, especially. And then interior offensive line would be great in the draft as well. If they can hit on at least like maybe 50% of their draft picks this draft, because, the last draft was really successful. 50% would be a huge success, obviously. But this last draft class was huge. I mean, they had like a lot of really good starters. So if they can just hit on a few picks at some key positions, I think they'll be well poised to run it back and be NFC South division title again.
My man, thank you. And again, guys, please check out Carter Brantley. Brantley, tell them, are you working on anything right now and where they can find you? We spread the word, guys.
I appreciate it. Definitely check me out at Bucs Report. I'm always submitting some silly stuff there, trying to keep it light because, good Lord, this offseason is going to be long. It's going to be filled with a bunch of BS. So, got to keep it fun. Same with Creative Loafing. You can check me out there as well. I'm also at RBLR Sports. I host a podcast there as well. So definitely check me out in those places for some more Bucs content if you're interested. I really appreciate y'all having me on. Y'all have a great rest of your Monday night. Looking forward to listening to the rest of this show.
Thank you, Carter. Take care of yourself, my man.
Yes, sir. Y'all too, Carter.
Yes, sir. But yes, Rick, I do think what's up?
Here it comes.
Oh, here he goes. Here he coming. Here he is. The dude is about to grace us with his presence, y'all. Oh man, you just cut off the best part, dude. How you doing?
Well. Everybody in the NFL can go ahead, get behind me, and take care of me from the backside if you feel me. And here's what I'm going to say. Oh, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got your children listening or people who are sensitive, this is not your segment. Okay? Hey, Saints fans, I've heard for 8.5, 9 years that Mike Evans is mid. He sucks. He's not elite. He can't do nothing. He's not top quality. He's not top level. He's not even top 20. Yet, you guys were interested in him. Hey, Kansas City, we don't spend big money on free agent wide receivers. Yet you guys were interested. New York Jets. Well, first of all, go fuck yourself, okay? He's not going to go play with fucking tinfoil hat boy at quarterback in a city where you're literally the 9th most loved team. Think about that for a minute. Dude, your city and your team sucks so bad, the state of New York won't even let you have their home games there, okay? Minnesota. Dude, if you let Kirk Cousins walk, you don't develop quarterbacks. So you're not very smart. Kirk Cousins, rumored to be looking at property in Atlanta. Hey, Raheem, do me a favor, bro. All right, first of all, no little cool nicknames for your team's roster. We don't need a Youngry. And Raw, if you had trouble staying out of the strip club here in Tampa, you're going to have big fucking trouble in Atlanta, dude. So we love Raheem. I really can't say much against the guy with his time here, except maybe don't do drugs and party with your players, Josh Freeman. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a secret, right? No.
No.
But the man of the hour, the man of the day, the man of the night, you would think is Mike Evans, but no, it's not. It's Jason Light. Why? Because he's the beer drinking, cargo short wearing, flip flop having, listening to Metallica, shotgunning Bud Lights on the beer. You hear that? He's shotgunning Bud Lights on the pier, on a boat. The GM, whether it's him or somebody like Mike Greenberg, who is the wizard with the cap, what we do know is Mike Evans got signed for $26 million, and that's a beautiful thing. But I heard you guys mentioning a little earlier you're not sure of the details, and while we don't have a lot of the details of the contract, we do have this from Greg Oman. If I could, and I'm going to quote. So this is from Fox Sports, Greg Oman. See how I did that? Made it all the right way and said the right guy's name. It sounds like the $52 million widely reported for Mike Evans' 2-year deal with the Bucs is a max value with incentives. As base contracts go, it will end up a better deal for the Bucs and not ranking as high among wide receiver deals. Could very well still hit his incentives, but a huge cap savings.
Had a feeling.
And it also looks like it's a 2-year deal with 3 voidable years. So they're going to take the $26 million. They're going to pay him $1.25, which is the veteran minimum guarantee that he has to get paid. Convert the rest to a bonus, spread it over the next 3 voided years. So we could be looking at Mike Evans' cap hit this year somewhere between $5 and $6 million tops. Which is coincidentally $5 million is the number that every team thought the cap was going to be less this year. So basically, Mike Evans free for the year if it's not your money. The other to all you guys out there, and I'm sure there's girls too, but you know it's mostly guys. I grew up in an era where you didn't pay attention to another man's money. You didn't talk about another man's money.
Right.
You didn't cry about another man's money. You didn't covet another man's money. So for all you chuckleheads who think you're cool with your one-line quips and little inserts in the comment section of Baker not worth 30, Mike Evans for 26, he's a hamstring injury. Dude, it's not your money. It's not your money. It's not your money. You're the same chuckleheads that would, if they let all the free agents walk, you'd be like, these cheap-ass owners, they ain't worth a damn. Glazers out. There you go, UK. Shout out to the UK ignorant soccer fans out there. Mike Evans is coming back. Yeah, we've heard rumors of Baker Mayfield. Everybody and their brother suddenly wants Baker Mayfield. 2 years ago, he bounced from team to team to team to team. And now that and then last year when the Bucs signed Baker Mayfield, you all paid Baker Mayfield to play your quarterback. He's so busted.
Get him.
Now the Patriots are interested. The Patriots. You know, the ones that's been desperately searching for somebody to sort of kind of maybe live up to Tom Brady's status. They're interested. The Falcons are interested. I've heard Minnesota had a little
I
interest.
think it's all BS.
But with that said,
Yep.
with that said, I think Rick's right. I think that's all BS. Just like that bullshit you chuckleheads be putting in the comment section, worrying about another man's money. Do you realize that $26 million to the Glazers is like $5 to you people in the comment section? Do you understand the concept here? Do you know what billion means? Do you know how many billions? I mean, think about this. So, with that said, I do think Baker's getting signed. Now, tomorrow, we see reports that they're supposedly working on a contract deal with Winfield Jr. No shit, Sherlock. They didn't fucking ignore him since the end of the season. Get the fuck out of here, man. Of course they're working on a deal. Will they be able to come to it in time by the deadline tomorrow for the franchise and transition tag? That's the key, because if they don't and they decide not to tag Winfield, you're losing a valuable tool in your offseason plan and your offseason finance plan, I should say. So I think if we don't get a decent deal done with Winfield Jr. by 4:00 tomorrow, he will be franchise tagged, which ironically would be less than the reported deal they're negotiating right now. So
but
that
again,
would be more...
like you said earlier, dude, like you said earlier, it's also how they structure it, which makes it, watch it count $5 million against the cap, but it's a $20 million deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Jason Light, okay, Tom Brady brought a lot to this franchise. Nobody can dispute that. If you do, you probably huff paint, okay? But what Tom Brady brought to this franchise, that I think the culture change we all talk about, isn't necessarily in the coaching or the players. It's in the front office.
Exactly, yes!
They are kicking the can down the road. They are doing what everybody's like, dude,
Preach
for
it.
12 years, I've heard everybody go, Saints fans are in salary cap hell. They're not going to be able to do nothing yet. They kept re-signing everybody, kept adding players here or there. Okay? The avoidable deals, the kicking the can down the road. I hear you people, you fiscally responsible douchebags. Oh my God, we keep kicking the can down the road. How are we going to pay for it? First of all, Chuckleface, you're not going to pay for it. Okay? I go to the game. Fuck off. That's not what we're talking about. Okay? Here's what we're talking about. Tom Brady got here. I want that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. They never said no. They made it work. And once Jason Light and Greenberg figured out how to do this the right way, and once they convinced the Glazers, hey, as they say on The Mandalorian, this is the way, this is now our new franchise strategy. We were all like, and Rick pointed this out ad nauseum last year. No offense, but he was right. They shed $80 million in dead cap space, right? They're going to be shedding $50 million this year. They're going to be shedding $47 million next year. Depending on these contracts and the way Evans is and the contracts coming up are structured, we're going to be shedding dead money year after year after year. This is basically a way that these teams have figured how to circumvent the salary cap and play with money, move it around, basically 3-card money on the fucking streets of New York on a table. Here's the money. No, it's here. Now it's here. No, it's over here. Now it's back over here. Now we're going to accelerate it. Now we're going to convert it. So get used to this, Bucs fans. We now have an ownership and a front office that are simpatico. And we are going to do what we have to do to keep our core and improve the team each and every year. I don't see another situation like the 90s where we're like, well, we had 3 good years. Let's suck for 10. That's not going to happen anymore. Right. The NFL is a different beast. The economic situation is better. And we do realize the salary cap went up $30-some million, right?
Right.
Do you think the NFL is going to get less profitable next fucking year? No.
Nope.
No, it's not.
It all depends on Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
They're going to Brazil next year. They're playing in Mexico City next year. They're playing in fucking Ireland. So they're going global. The Buccaneers learned how to work the salary cap like professionals. And here we are. We are about to reload with Baker, Mike Evans, Lavonte. I think Tristan Wirfs doesn't have to get done, but they're going to make it get done so they can spread some more cap money out. Notice the name I didn't say. Yep. Devin White.
Yeah, he didn't say Devin. He didn't say Devin. There's no Devin in this.
Devin, you came in like gangbusters, okay? And then you petered out. You're the equivalent to a 2-pump chump. You got 2 good seasons, and now you're limp as hell. Okay, if you don't like it, dude, you can hit me up. I'll talk to you about it, bro. I'll even go for a horsey ride with you. Okay? You went from being one of the highest ceiling linebackers in 2020 to basically Flavo Flav, the fucking hype man. Okay? So, everybody be looking for that Lifetime channel new show called The Flavor of White. It'll be great. But Devin, here's the problem I have with you, bro. You talk, you dance, you giddy up, you do all that, and then when the quarterback drops back, you're looking up for aliens to land. You don't know where the hell you are. You're looking for the good year blip. You're like looking in the stands. Is that Drake up there, dude? Put your nose in the book. Watch the film. Watch how Levante works, carries himself, and acts, and that's your key to success. You have the athletic talent. You just ain't got shit between the ears right now, bro. You got people on the internet blowing you up. Dude, you blew, sucked, fornicated, finger banged, whatever you want to say, the entire Philadelphia organization last year, and you still had the gall to walk in that locker room and ask for respect? Dude, Warren Sapp was right. Yank that fucking C off your chest. Get your ass back down to fucking planet Earth and play football, dude. That's what got you where you were. Now you're just some internet kid that's trying to be viral. For what? Go comb your horse, okay? Go watch some film. But I'll tell you right now, you're not going to be taking advantage of that Florida income tax, okay? You're going somewhere out of the state. And I think when you hit that free agent market and you start talking, your lawyer, your agents or whatever start talking to teams, the reality is going to set in. You're going to be like, oh, shit. Just like on The Hangover. Look, guys, I fucked up. That's what you're going to have that realization of, okay?
Damn, that's real. I fucked up. I think that's what he is saying behind closed doors. Dude just laid it out. Devin White, 2020, he was considered one of damn near an elite linebacker. But again, attitude, guys. This is why you got to have more of this than this. And as dude said, do not let fucking social media ruin you. Because side note, dude, you know who's another player that's on that path if he doesn't stop acting like a garden tool and get out of his feelings? The Micah Parsons of the world. Because eventually, you just said it, when you allow social media and other people to get to your ego, that's going to fuck up your bag. Continue slaying, dude. I just had to throw that out there.
Hey, well, I mean, again, dude, okay, we might not like some of the agents. The players might not like dealing with some of the agents. Obviously, the players don't like giving up a cut of their money to the agents. But here's the thing. The agent is always going to squeeze every fucking drop out of the team. Every time, every situation. So if you think your country bumpkin ass can negotiate with people like Jason Light and Mike Greenberg better than a guy an agent who does it for a living, and you're going to forego that shit like Lamar Jackson because that fucking worked out so well for Lamar, or you're going to be one of these Antonio Browns that think I'm smarter than everybody and I know better and I'll double. Dude, Devin, you went from being an elite linebacker, a feared linebacker, a linebacker that the opposing team schemed against, to being the guy they now target in coverage. Think about that. You went from being the guy that no one would step up to in the yard to the guy that they all run to take your lunch money every day. You're better than that, dude. Please, when you hit free agency and you go to another team, humble yourself, focus on your craft, shut the fuck up on the internet, and play ball. Quit being a child, all right? Antonio Brown gave away his whole career, and now for some reason he's proud that he gets all this reaction on Twitter. Hey, congratulations, asshat. You're an internet boy. Cool.
Not even that anymore. Everybody got bored with him.
Yep. He's the joke now. He's the ass end
of Instagram model.
Yeah. Oh, not shit. Even Rick just said it. People are so tired of his shit now, dude. They just look at he's basically the eye roll of the internet now. Like, here you go.
I'm waiting for the Antonio Brown OnlyFans.
Oh God, yeah. That at that point is just
That's
a
gonna
joke.
happen.
But as you just said, though, dude, sometimes these players just shut the fuck up and play ball, and you will get your money. As we just stated, the Antoine Winfields of the world, they're gonna get a bag. Mike Evans is gonna get a bag. You see, he didn't bitch about it, and like you said, they professionally handle it. I like that dude and Rick are on the same page about the front office. Buck fans, pay attention what they're saying. Just because the money seems big it's not all what it seems.
It ain't your money.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, for everybody watching this show, the median income's around 50 grand a year, right? Okay, cool. 50 grand a year. These people who own this team, they make that a day. So money isn't the problem. It's all about, for the player, it's mostly about respect. For
By the way,
team, yes,
go ahead. Sorry about that, dude.
No,
Didn't mean to interrupt.
absolutely. I'm just rambling. We got something.
Oh, okay. Well, what percentage? We look at these massive, salaries that players make, and everybody goes, "Oh, these greedy sports agents and all this." What percentage do you guys think a sports agent makes
10%.
of the contract?
I think it's somewhere around 5, to be honest. After
3 to 5%.
Oh, I thought it was 10. Shit.
No, it's 3 to 5%. So
now
think
stop
about
for a second. What's 5% of Patrick Holmes' contract?
Oh, it's a lot of money. Okay, it's a lot of money. But my point is, everybody's thinking these guys are out balling like the athletes are. They've got to equal one of the athletes.
Yeah,
they have to have 30 of them.
Yeah, they have to have a whole stable of clients. I mean,
right.
And that's the thing. And here's a guy, we've seen some of the sports agent movies, and no, I'm not talking about Jerry Maguire because that wasn't real at all. Come on, dude. But we've seen some of these big name. Yeah, show me the money, dude. If I'm negotiating with a player and he's yelling, "Show me the money," you know what I'm showing him? The fucking door.
Right. Yes.
We get caught up, or these people get so caught up in, oh my God, Baker's not worth that. You're right. 10 years ago when he came in the league, Baker Mayfield was not worth, let's say, $30 million a year. But right now, there was 16 quarterbacks that made the playoffs, right?
Right.
Should he be paid in that top 16 area? Because the top money is in the 50 millions.
Yep.
So you don't want to. Well, we should only be spending. I saw a guy on the book face say we should only be paying our quarterback $15 million. Dude, for $15 million, you get Teddy motherfucking Bridgewater.
He's right, but dude, you made something earlier that I would like to mention, and this is real shit. Rick and I, again, as you just stated, dude, just last year when Rick brilliantly, guys, you got to, again, Rick is the one who said that Baker coming here was a good thing. And I listened to him and I was on board and I said, you know what? He will bring something with his versatility, his mobility, something that Brady didn't have, which you guys tried to crucify my man Rick here when he was speaking real shit. I'm going to tell you this right now. Brady last season was not the answer. He couldn't move. We were in a frenzy. Him coming back in the middle of the fucking season wasn't good. He had a personal issue going on. Deal with it. All great motherfucking athletes have their moments. Ali, Jordan, when he was with the Wizards, it doesn't matter. But anywho, when Baker got here, you laughed at us saying we're crazy. Like dude said, everybody was people. There were rumors that Baker was going to be out of the league by now. Now that he did his damn thing, first of all, you owe me and Rick an apology. Kiss our asses. And second, like dude said, now we got fucking rumors coming up that Atlanta wants him. The Patriots want him. Minnesota. But dude, you're right. I've heard these rumors too. Some people thought he would go somewhere in the AFC. Wait a minute. The same guy that y'all just said that he sucked. Now all of a sudden, there's rumors about him going other places. This is why you got to shut up and watch football and know the game like Rick and Dude and I here. We know our shit. We didn't say this because we didn't say, oh, Baker was going to be good because he was just coming to the Bucs. We were saying because of what the Bucs have. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and the simple fact that he had a good defense. He's and a coach that Bowles is still learning. But you guys just, oh, well, we didn't get a big name. You know who's regretting that shit? Derek, the Saints with Derek fucking Carr. Remember, and Rick and I said, I did not want Derek Carr. Do you guys see why now you don't go by the big names all the time? You go by what that person stands for, like dude said, respect. If that guy don't have respect, it's gonna be a fucking disaster.
Can I point something out here?
Yes.
What's the difference? Why did Baker Mayfield succeed and Derek Carr did not? And to me, there's one very simple reason. And it's not everybody on the Buccaneers already. It's not just that. It's that the Buccaneers decided we're going to build an offensive system that suits Baker Mayfield versus the Saints that said, well, let's just plug in Derek Carr. And kept running the same offense, okay? And now what did they do? What did the Bucs do this offseason? Did they say, let's just go find some, whoever at offensive coordinator and bring him in?
Nope.
No, they said, who's going to work with Baker Mayfield? Who's going to put together a system for Baker Mayfield? Listen, when I said I wanted Baker Mayfield, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield's awesome. I'm not saying Baker Mayfield is one of the greats. Right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Baker Mayfield can win a lot of games.
That's right.
And that's basically where you're at, but you have to build a system around him. And the Saints, where the Saints are in trouble and where money does matter, you can keep kicking it down the road, but now they've got all this dead cap space and they're way over the cap. Mm-hmm. So they can't just move it because half the players that are involved in the cap money and the dead money are already retired or are about to, and they're not going to be able to sign for years on ahead. Mm-hmm. So eventually it'll catch up. Okay. Eventually Bucs fans, eventually it's gonna catch up. Okay. But we can kick it down the road for a lot longer.
Shit. I don't give a look. If let's say if we went to the playoffs 8 straight years, I don't give a shit if we got to pay for it in the beginning. Because you know what? I'm going to be like, guys, we went to the playoffs 8 fucking years. Again, guys, listen to what Rick said for Buck fans out there. This is times where you should enjoy it.
Why are you not
cherish the shit? You are living in a time where, just think about it. There are some people who are just become Buck fans. You're used to 4 straight years of playoffs. That is luxury. And again, but back to support what Rick said.
Playoffs.
But exactly, Rick said it best though. We didn't say Baker was elite. We said that's a guy you can build around. You know who's another guy that other organizations did that for? You're Jalen Hurts. And look what happened when his pieces fell off. Every quarterback ain't fucking Mahomes. Every quarterback is not going to be Brady. There's a reason why they're fucking called generational players. Everybody's not going to land that. You're Eli Manning's. A lot of times, more than likely, you're fortunate to get an Eli Manning type person that when you build and stack the team, he wins. If the Bucs stack Baker like they should, don't be surprised if he wins a Super Bowl because they're putting the pieces around him. And Rick said it eloquently. The Saints just plug some shit in. That's not smart football. Why do you think people don't want to go to fucking New Orleans? Well, just because the Saints are some ass anyway. But I wouldn't want to go to an organization, dude, if I play football. So what are they going to do to help my skills? No, we're going to play Flight of the Bumblebee. That's it? That's all you got? Okay, I can't go there. So, dude and Rick, you're both on it.
And that's a great comparison about where I was going with the difference in strategy. Last offseason, the Saints and the Bucs would both needed a quarterback. Okay?
Yep.
One organization, the Saints, went for that really hot chick on TikTok and Instagram showing off her ass, the popular one, the one that everybody likes. The Buccaneers were out looking for wife material.
Yep.
Long-term commitment. We want someone we can put here and stay here. All right? So with that, of course you don't get the big flashy name, the big flashy contract, or a quarterback that has permanent eyeliner on like Carr does. you get a Baker Mayfield, a guy who's a little rough around the edges. Hell, one of his most legendary moments in college was against the Kansas Jayhawks when they refused to shake his hand pregame. He came out and dropped 4 touchdowns on him and did the infamous grab my crotch, suck my D right there on live television to everybody. That's the guy that the Bucs went after, not because of the trashiness, the way he acted, not because of that, because they knew this team we have here, the core players, the veterans, they all know how to win. They all want to win. They're all working hard. We need to put somebody there they respect. We aren't going to sign a quarterback and have him come to a city like New Orleans and not know where to fucking eat, to go to fucking Applebee's, bro. Derek Carr. Derek. I hate saying this. Your brother was better.
Ooh.
He was.
Shots fired. I love it.
I don't know that Derek Carr was bad with the Raiders. I just don't know that he was.
Who isn't?
No, I think he was okay with the Raiders.
He weren't. Okay is not, but okay for that
Maybe
type.
okay. Wait, better than okay. He was really the Raiders were better with him. But I mean,
no doubt.
Right. I mean, you put Garoppolo in there. Look what happened. I mean, they were better with him, okay, because it was a better situation. But you can't, like dude said, you can't just go, wow, look, he's good over there. Bring him in.
It don't work.
There's more to it. Brady didn't just come in and work with what was here.
Right.
Brady came in and did what? Brady brought in Fournette, Gronk, and company.
McCoy.
Right? Okay. And by the way, when Gruden came in and we won a Super Bowl, he did not win with Dungy's team. He brought in a lot of other players and rebuilt the offense. That would suit him. And this is what this is the key to all of it. And I guess I can say this on this show. I can't really say this much elsewhere. The first time I heard the term game manager, and they were saying it very fast and they were using it as a cut down. Right. And I kept hearing, yeah, he's a game manager. He's a game manager. He's a game manager. And I didn't know they were saying game manager. If you think about it, game manager. I mean, I was like, well, that's kind of offensive. I thought they were saying gay manager.
No. Yeah, I get you.
I did. I thought they were. I was like,
isn't every quarterback by default the game manager?
Yes.
No. Well, no.
For the most part,
wait.
yes.
The quarterback doesn't decide after the ball's hiked what's going to happen.
Yep.
Well, but a manager in the sense that all they're doing is sort of managing, making everybody else do their parts and play their parts. No, Patrick Mahomes is like in that Super Bowl. He was not a game manager.
Well, you have anomalies.
He was trying to manage the game. The game at that point was all out blitz. He was running around like.
Well, he was trying to be the game because that's all he could. Yeah.
He managed the game he could manage. The point I'm trying to get at here is,
right.
Like you point out, using the word game manager or moniker of game manager as derogatory. Motherfucker, that's what Tom Brady was.
Exactly.
Guys, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's why this is why Evans don't get the love that he deserves, because when you're not a flashy hot chick, like you said, dude, when you don't show your ass on the gram all the time and you are a conservative woman, they don't look at it because it's not sexy. Brady was never he wasn't the Aaron Rodgers exciting person, but look at the results. The hot chick is the one where when she jump in the fucking shower, she turns from Beyonce to Bigfoot. That 8 turns into a 5. And again, and Brady gets shit done because again, I'm here to win, not to look good. And as you said with Derek Carr's situation, dude, he was the hot chick. And then, like I said, when that fucking makeup fell off, that went from an 8 to a 5. And you was like, whoa. And she farts in her sleep. So that's what was going on. That's what the Saints had to deal with when Baker, as you said, that was the conservative white person. Like, look, I'm a 5, but my character is an 8. I'm gonna be here to support you. Baker is the girlfriend wifey that prays for you and packs your lunch to go to work. Derek Carr is, like you said, the IG show ass and run up your credit and fuck you up. Again, the Bucs chose Baker because one, that's a man that was hungry. He wanted to be there and he didn't have the chance. And guys, people can say what they want, but Bowles is a guy who believes in rebuilding and reinventing players and helping you get to your ability. That's why the Bucs are in a better position, dude.
And New Orleans as a city, as a franchise, it just zaps everything out of you. Want me to prove it to you? Jameis Winston left here talking about, I'm going to be a Super Bowl quarterback. I'm going to challenge Tom Brady. Now he's like, no, I'm good backing up.
Yes. Damn, that is sad. Look, that's true. It's just, again, it's all about the mindset. Like you said, Jason Light is a down-to-earth man that goes, look, I'm here to work with my guys. You don't have to be elite. We've had the Brady years, and like Rick said, we paid our bill now. You won a Super Bowl, Buck fans. The bill is almost paid off. Now we can refigure shit.
We can run the credit card back up, but let's go. Let's go. That's
let me say this, and then I got to run, guys.
Yep.
Let me say this just real quick. Sorry to interrupt again, dude, but I got to run.
No, you're good, dude.
Look, I think I know why Evans tends to not get the respect that maybe we think he deserves, and I think it's because he started out the way he started out. Kind of, look, he was a whiner. Okay, he cried a lot. He pushed off a lot. There were a lot of things about his game his first few years that were not where they are now. We all appreciate the whole body of work, but people got to know him in a whole different way. We've had the chance as the team grew up, so did Mike Evans. So we're all where we are now with all this goodness, but everybody else saw him getting the unsportsmanlike penalties and crying like a baby, always whining like a soccer player after every play, limping off the field, and then coming back on again. I mean, it was just constant. That's what they saw in him. We see the whole picture and they don't. And I think that's why maybe he doesn't get the love that we give him, because when Mike Evans really grew up, he was also around Gronk and Godwin, etc. I want to throw one thing out there before I go. The Buccaneers have not cut Russell Gage. They cut Shaq Barrett. What I'm wondering if they're not doing is saying, Russell, you're basically done, but we'll give you another shot, but we got to rework this deal. And so we may have Russell Gage, but if they rework the contract and spread it out, we may have Russell Gage and not have much salary cap hit. So I'm wondering why they haven't cut him, because they have cut Shaq Barrett. They are making the other moves, and they're leaving him alone, which does make me wonder whether they're thinking about keeping him around just to see what would happen for one more year.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that. Look, Rick, tell everybody where they can find you and, what you got coming up. And
yep.
Again,
tomorrow night, Dave and I will be on probably talking about the new Antoine Winfield contract. We will talk about Mike Evans, etc. Baker's coming. Like I said, guys, everybody stop. When they signed Cohen as the offensive coordinator, it was over. It was done. Stop talking. Stop it. Stop the Atlanta Falcons, New England Patriots, all that other crap. Stop it. It's done. It's over. Okay? Baker Mayfield's coming back. Now they're just going to try to get everything else in line, and then they can see how they're going to structure Baker.
Gotcha.
All right.
Thank you for your time, Ray.
See you tomorrow night at 8.
Yourself, and as always, my brother. Yes, sir. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Take care.
Hey, I got some laundry I want to get out real quick, bro. You want to hear some funny shit?
Yes.
All right. I don't remember the guy's name on Twitter, but if he's listening, because he's a douchebag, he probably is. Let me say something to you here, buddy. You talking shit about how much Baker Mayfield does or doesn't earn or should or shouldn't get based on his performance in Carolina. Dude, first of all, it's Carolina. Second of all, your owner's a douchebag. He's part of the problem. And until you get rid of him, you're going to have the same thing. But here's what I will say. You're mad because your franchise couldn't figure out how to utilize Baker Mayfield. This guy tried to argue with me that Sam Darnold was better than Baker Mayfield. Okay? And that the Bucs are going to get screwed by Baker if they re-sign him. Okay, cool story. But here's what you guys did as a franchise. You couldn't didn't you guys trade for Baker? And you couldn't figure out what to do with him. So you kicked him to the curb and you drafted an Oopa fucking Loopa who immediately went out and got his coach fired. Okay? So, Carolina fan, until you have one of them things on your ring finger, shut the fuck up.
No, I agree 100%. But again, dude, we have to understand a lot of people don't know fucking football. I tell people this. What you again, and if you when people say, "Oh well, it didn't work in Cleveland," it's fucking Cleveland. First of all, what happened afterwards? After their coach, they had to get a new coach because of the bullshit that was happening. And again, hype does not always equivalent, dude, as you know, to production. They thought what they had with Odell, the same guy who likes to jump out of a jacuzzi full of men, whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing. No discrimination here, but the same fucking guy who's hitting goalposts and making a scene on the sideline. You thought that shit was gonna work because he goes somewhere else and tried to blame, oh well, it's Eli Manning. Wait, you mean the guy who got 2 rings before he got there? I don't think so. Again, people don't know what the hell they're talking about a lot, dude. And it's like, wait a minute. Wow, Baker got to a team where a team actually is trying to believe in him and they build around him. Yeah. And again, like you said, with the game manager shit, people took that out of proportion because they don't know football. You just said it best. Technically speaking, all quarterbacks are game managers. Now, if you want to go and say people can be game changers, that's fine, but that's far and few in between those type of players.
Exactly. So, that's the thing, dude. These people, first of all, I'm going to throw a couple quotes out here, and I don't know who the fuck they came from because they're old, so I don't care. But for a lot of you people on the internet, on social media, when you have a thought, let it go. Okay? I had a Packer fan come at us today on the Bucs Report Twitter talking about, you're paying $26 million to Mike Evans. Our entire wide receiver core isn't getting paid that. And they do just as much as he did. And I'm like, my response was, so you're telling me 5 guys, it takes your team 5 guys to do the job of one of our guys?
Right. He didn't let that one sink in.
Oh, they can develop and then they'll develop and they'll get better. Right. And then they'll want more money. This is how this works. It's called the free market. It's called capitalism. Right. I know in Green Bay, you guys just got 5G like a couple weeks ago. So you're a little behind on the times. I know you're still listening to 1980s music on MTV. So I get it. But here's the reality. For you idiots on the internet, when you put a comment and you think you're clever, oh, I roasted that fucking guy. You didn't. What you did was you made yourself look like a person who is obviously a grown-up, whether it be by maturity or age, who is sitting on their phone or whatever device, and their goal in life is to be a smartass to complete fucking strangers, and you get satisfaction out of that. And I know almost verbatim, each one of you that act like this on the internet, when you put your phone down, you pick up your fucking TV dinner, you stare at your empty fucking apartment with nothing hanging on the fucking walls, and you're watching fucking NFL replays, telling people, I can guess the score. No shit, the game's 2 years old, you dumbass. Fantasy football people, I understand you guys love that shit. But this fantasy football has infected everything in the sports world, including the NFL. And the way it's infected it, and I will die on this hill. Okay? You're a Bucs fan. The Buccaneers lost in the playoffs to the Detroit Lions, right?
Right.
And I see Bucs fans going, well, that's okay. Laporta got me 50 points on my fantasy team. Fuck you in the ass. Fuck your whole family in the ass. What you're saying is I'm a Bucs fan, but I want this player to do good against my team. It's the opposite of being a fan. Here's what you are. You're a dick. Okay, if you're over 30, I'm gonna put you in the same group with these people. If you're over 35 years old and you say you're gonna be a DJ, you're a dick. If you're over 35 years old and you walk around parties with an acoustic guitar playing songs, you're a dick. If you identify yourself by a political party and your whole persona is of that party, you're a dick. If you think you know better than an NFL coach, I don't even say a head coach, the fucking guy holding the Microsoft tablet, if you think you know more about the game than him, you're a fucking dick. And Carolina, you got to a Super Bowl and you lost. You let Cam Newton walk out. You said he was done and washed up. Yet this dude's headlocking people and beating people's asses right now, wearing a fucking sideshow Bob hairdo and hat. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Carolina, you are never going to win a Super Bowl with your current quarterback. You are never going to win a Super Bowl with your current owner. So here's what you are officially. Irrelevant.
Facts.
New Orleans. We just talked about how you've been kicking that can down the road for years after year. How long's it been since you won a ring? Katrina?
Obama's first term. It was still his first term. Damn.
Katrina?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay. So you've been doing these void years and kicking the can down the road for a decade, right?
Yep.
Ain't got nail one ring. We did it for 4 years. We got a ring and 3 division championships. And you call us poverty? You call us poverty. The stadium that resides in a city that smells like urine calls us poverty. The city or the football team that, what the fuck is your logo? How is that intimidating? It's fucking looks like a doodle on it looks like a doodle on Post Malone's face. That's what it looks like. Okay. Shout out to Post Malone. Nothing but love for that guy.
Again,
so Saints fans, you got Derek Carr. Y'all's is fuck. How do you get Derek Carr, have Kamara, have Olave, have Slant Boy, and you can't win this weak ass division, but you still talking shit about the Bucs? So wait a minute. You say, oh, the Bucs won the division 3 years in a row. It's a shitty division, which you finished in 3rd fucking place.
Right.
So shut the fuck up. Now, Atlanta, you worry me a little bit. And the reason you worry me is your owner got deep as shit pockets. You still got Rich McKay up there helping out or at least influencing some of these shots being called. And now you got a coach who he was not ready when he was a Bucs coach, but he has put in the fucking work since he got fired from Tampa Bay. And I think Raheem's a legitimate coach. Now, you can figure out what to do with that bald-headed baby you got for a quarterback, Critter Crider, whatever his name is. If you can get, if you had a Baker Mayfield, y'all would have won that division last year. But you teased us. Teased us.
Yep.
You said Desmond. First of all, if your kid's name is Desmond, another topic. We'll deal with that later. All right. you all were blowing up Desmond, talking about you all going to run the division. You finished second to us. You finished second to the team you teased about Baker Mayfield. You finished second to the team you said, oh, you ain't got Tom Brady now. What are you going to do? And now that so Atlanta, you're heading in the right direction, but you need a quarterback. And Russell Wilson's out there. Kirk Cousins out there. Please go for that. I need you to overspend on that. Please do that. Then we can have a Derek and a Kirk, or a Derek and a Russell suck off for who sucks for it. Okay. All that said, the entire division just got put on notice today that the Buccaneers aren't stepping back. They're stepping into it. Okay. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, man. It's not going to be your day. It's not going to be your year. This definitely ain't going to be your off season.
Nope.
Here's what I'll say to the entire division. It smells like bitch in here.
That's vintage, bitch. Fact. And again, you got to come through the division champs. A team that's only going to get better. A team with more cap room. A team that literally, if just a few more pieces draft in, Again, it ain't like the NFC is super strong. Again, San Fran, they got to figure their situation out. Detroit, 50-50. Dallas, enough said. You already know about that. Green Bay, you still got some time. You still got some growth to go through. But again, right now, today was a good day. Baker is going to sign, but Mike Evans is our best offensive weapon is back to stay 2 more years. So again, guys,
I'm with it, man. In 2 more years, again, Mike Evans is the most influential and productive offensive player in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history. Yeah, that's more than Tom Brady. Why? Because without Mike Evans, we don't win a Super Bowl that year. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Oh, absolutely. Facts. Why do you guys think
Mike Evans has done 1,000 yards every season of his career with quarterbacks that none of y'all can name or remember? Nobody can.
Yep,
okay?
exactly.
Hey, New Orleans. Mike Evans got 1,000-yard seasons every year with Jameis Winston, the guy you got sitting on your bench because you brought in Mr. Eyeliner boy from Oakland. Good job, man. Well played.
Well played. But I love to talk the shit, but we had Lattimore. Last time I checked, Lattimore, when he got to the playoff, he fucking choked, and then he don't have a ring. Evans has a ring. Well, he shut him down. You could say that, but who hosted a Lombardi trophy, riding on the water, holding the damn ring, while Lattimore might not even be with the Saints because of budget cuts? But y'all go ahead and
y'all
on.
Gonna keep Cam fucking Jordan, ain't you? Y'all gonna keep Cam Jordan and his fucking Little Caesars pizza ass.
Facts. The man who ain't done shit for you since 2020, actually. So 4 straight years he's been robbing y'all. But go off, Saints. Go off, Taints. Go off.
Yeah. Go ahead and laugh at the little funny jokes he says. Realize if that NFL player is out naming teams and trying to clown them on interviews or podcasts or whatever, that's insecurity, bro. That's scared. You only take shots at the people you worry about. You don't take shots down. You always punch up. So, Cam, keep swinging, bro. Get a new hairstyle because you have one every year. It ain't going to matter. You're still going to get 2 to 3 sacks. You're going to be huffing and puffing at the end of the play because you're old, you're out of shape, you're washed, and the entire time you've been overpaid and overhyped. Okay? And if you don't like it, dude, send us a message on X. We'll talk about it all day, all night. I'll bring you on here, and I'll give you the first 20 minutes to say whatever the hell you want.
Facts.
But the counterpunch is coming. And when the counterpunch comes, you're going to be huffing and puffing with your hands on your knees, okay? Which, the on the knees part, we'll leave it at that.
And look, you can't be throwing that, well, I played here and I got this. Cool. So does every other fucking person who played in the league that's done better than you.
Tom Brady didn't choose New Orleans. Tom Brady didn't choose Atlanta. Tom Brady didn't choose Carolina. Tom Brady didn't choose any other team except the Buccaneers. And that, my friends, is why you are hating on us. You call us irrelevant. You call us poverty. But if we're irrelevant in poverty and we're dog walking you each year, the fuck that make you, bro? Oh, that makes you the guy that gets up and does a little sack dance because you got a sack when you're down 17 in the fourth quarter. That's the problem. You're worried about you, okay? We worry about us. It's us versus you, and we're going to get that ass each and every fucking time, dude.
Yep. And on that note, guys, we will wrap this shit up. But again, thank you for always checking out the Bucs Report, the Aftermath on 102.9 Game Broad Street South Radio. Let's give a shout out to the dude here. Steve's Coach Slick is still with us in spirit. This is AJ Turnup here. Again, catch me on It's About Bucking Time on my podcast. And then, of course, you can go to AJ Turnup Instagram and get some fly gear right here. Yes, Sticks of Fire for Tampa, 813 Hillsborough County, a.k.a. Hborough County. You all take care of yourself. Dude, always a pleasure. Thank you again, Mike Evans. And as always, go Bucs, fellas. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And fuck you, New Orleans.
Oh, always. Take care, guys.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty! Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty! Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty! You fucking donkey. 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 You fucking donkey.
We're not done yet, people. All right, we're going to go out with this.